This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, Adrian Engelberth announces his run for Jasper City Council. It's time for kindergarten enrollment at Celestine and DuBois. Freedom Reigns offers volunteer opportunities. And Carrie Schneider talks with the DuBois County Humane Society. Kurt Guxell looks at sports, followed by WJTS Informed. Tonight, Lauren Pope, Youth Director with the Teen Outback, talks about the upcoming Trivia Night. All this and more coming up on 18 WJTS News. Good evening, I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. Adrian Engelberth has filed and will be seeking the Republican nomination for the Jasper Common Council, representing District 4, which covers the southeast part of the city. The seat is currently held by Dave Hurst, who announced that he will seek re-election in the Democratic Party. Engelberth graduated from Purdue University in 1995 with a bachelor's in engineering degree. He has been working in new product development since graduation, including his own design and engineering company. He currently works at Kimball in the new product development group. In a release, Adrian says he believes his training and experience to think out of the box for solutions to problems and develop new ideas is a great fit for the council. Engelberth has worked over the years to educate the public on multiple local issues such as tax increment finance or TIF, economic development income tax, and the tax abatement structure. He says it is about helping people get involved. He says to understand the system is very complex, and over the years he has tried to be a resource of knowledge for the community about how the local government functions. Engelberth says making Jasper infrastructure the best it can be, while keeping spending and taxing levels lower and assessing TIF and the abatement structures are key items for him. He says it's about addressing the needs of today while also planning for both the near and long-term future of our area. Engelberth pointed out that with the amount of small and large projects on the table, the city government must be nimble and flexible to meet requirements to fund these projects. Engelberth is the current president of the DuBois County Leadership Academy and has seen firsthand how young leaders have driven change in local communities. As part of the board since 2012, he has worked to have an environment for a diverse group of young leaders to be bold and bring locally impactful team-driven projects to completion. He and his wife, Angela, are members of Redemption Christian Church in Jasper, and they have 3 children. Adrian is a youth leader in Boy Scout Troop 185 and Destination Imagination. Adrian is also president of the Freedom Makers of DuBois County. A Jasper man was placed under arrest this past weekend after he was allegedly involved in a domestic battery incident that took place late last week. Jasper police say around 6 o'clock Saturday evening, a female victim who police say had visible bruises and marks showed up at a police headquarters and told authorities of multiple incidents in which took place last Thursday and Friday. She accused 51-year-old Brian Howard of Jasper of the attacks, who was later questioned by police. Howard denied any contact with the woman, but nonetheless was taken into custody. Howard was taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center on 2 level 5 felony counts of domestic battery. A Jasper man was taken into custody this past weekend on a drug-related charge after police were called to an apartment complex in Jasper's Northwood area to investigate the report of a property dispute. Shortly after 11 o'clock Saturday morning, officers with the Jasper Police Department were called to an apartment located along the 600 block of Village Court. Once there, officers came across and spoke with 25-year-old Alexander Hodson, who police say lived in the vicinity. While talking to Hodson, police noticed a blue glass smoking device in plain view, prompting authorities to seek and receive a consent to search. That search resulted in the discovery of additional drug paraphernalia. Hodson was also found to be in possession of a hypodermic syringe. Hodson was taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center on a level 6 felony count of unlawful possession of a syringe. Kindergarten enrollment for the 2019-2020 school year will be held Thursday, January 31st for Celestine Elementary School and Tuesday, February 5th for DuBois Elementary School. Kindergarten enrollment at both schools will begin at 6 p.m. in the cafeteria. Except for students currently enrolled in the Northeast DuBois preschool program, parents will need to bring their child's Social Security card as well as an original birth certificate indicating the child will be age 5 on or before August 1st. Immunization records are also required. School personnel will make copies of all these records and will immediately return all originals. A student who has not yet completed the immunization requirements for school entry will be allowed to register. However, the child must be in compliance with state law by the opening of school in the fall. Because of changes in the law, 2 doses of hepatitis A are now required for all kindergarten students and must be 6 months apart. Additionally, if the child has not received 2 doses of the chickenpox vaccine but has had the chickenpox disease, physician's documentation is required as proof of immunity for children entering preschool through grade 6. This documentation should include the date and history of the chickenpox disease. Parents are to check with their health care provider to see if the child is in compliance. This is an informational meeting for parents only. Children may not attend. For further information, contact Celestine Elementary School at 812-678-2777. That's 812-678-2777. Or DuBois Elementary at 812-678-3011, 678-3011. Freedom Reigns Therapeutic Riding Center, a non-for-profit with a purpose of improving the bodies, minds, and spirits of children and adults with disabilities through the use of therapeutic horsemanship, is looking for volunteers for its programs. Horseback riding provides many therapeutic benefits and is an excellent way for people with disabilities to learn new skills. The experience creates a special relationship between the rider and the horse. The ability to control a horse, as well as one's own body, inspires self-confidence, responsibility, and teamwork. Volunteers are the key link to help Freedom Reigns meet its mission. Most riders would not be able to participate without the physical and emotional support of the volunteers. Volunteers assist the certified riding instructors to ensure directions are being carried out to the best of their ability. Volunteers also assist with barn duties, fundraising efforts, and various activities associated with the Therapeutic Riding Center. No experience is necessary. Volunteers are asked to give about 90 minutes of time one evening per week. Training will be provided. The next volunteer training will be held from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Saturday, February 23rd at the facility. The training is for any new volunteers or those already assisting with Freedom Reigns programming. The first session for riders will begin the first week of March. 2 sessions are held each evening on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Another volunteer opportunity is for hippotherapy program offered during the day from 2 to 5 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday each week at the Freedom Reigns Center. Hippotherapy is a one-on-one treatment session provided by a licensed and specifically trained physical therapist. Volunteers are needed for 1 hour to walk alongside the horse and assist the children with activities with the help and direction of the therapist. Freedom Reigns is located at 1077 North Meridian Road in Jasper. If you are interested in becoming a volunteer, call Volunteer Coordinator Linda Clem. Her number, 812-631-1725, 631-1725. And in a brief ceremony, novice Dennis Reyes was clothed in the Benedictine habit at St. Mindred Archabbey, St. Mindred, this past Saturday, January 19th. He now begins a year of monastic formation, including study of the rule of St. Benedict and monastic history. 42-year-old novice Dennis Reyes is a native of Manila, Philippines. He earned a bachelor's degree in music from the University of Philippines and a master's degree in music composition and theory from the University of Nevada. He expects to receive a Doctor of Musical Arts in Composition from the University of Illinois in May of this year. His work has received numerous awards in the international competitions and in concerts by juries comprised of experts in the field. He is also one of 5 composers from around the world to be invited by the University of London's School of Oriental and African Studies to write a new electroacoustic piece for its annual Composers Conference and Festival. Reyes received the President's Research and Diversity Travel Award from the University of Illinois an award bestowed by the university president to 15 high-performing faculty and graduate students across the 3 campuses of the university, conducting research in their respective fields. Most recently, his home parish was St. John's Catholic Newman Center in Champaign, Illinois. As a novice, he takes a year off from formal studies and trades. It is a time of prayer and learning intended to help a novice discern his vocation as a monk. At the end of this year, a novice may be permitted to profess temporary vows of obedience, fidelity to the monastic way of life, and stability in the community of St. Meinrad. Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch and the Indiana Office of Community and Rural Affairs, or OCRA, recently recognized more than 70 Indiana rural communities, including Washington and Montgomery. The communities used more than $41 million in local funding and $22 million in grants from OCRA's Community Development Block Grants program to improve their quality of life and ensure the health and safety of their citizens through a variety of projects, including sewer and water systems, community centers, health and safety programs, and many others. Among those recognized were the town of Montgomery for using funding for a wastewater and drinking water improvement project, and the city of Washington for improving public facilities. This has been a look at your local news. Stay tuned. We have Carrie Schneider with the DuBois County Humane Society again this week. Then it's your local outlook and weather forecast on 18 WJTS. We're local people watching local people.